We're back again with an update from Homosassa Springs, Florida, there with Tiki D'Esposito. Good evening, madam. How did your day start in that beautiful part of Florida?
Hey, how you doing, Harry? Okay, so we lost power this morning at about 6 a.m. So I went up to the highway, which is about a mile from my house, and grabbed some coffee. Everything up there has power, still has power, and is open. Mm-hmm. That's Highway 19, and that runs north and south here through Homosassa. Uh-huh. I then turned around and went back down into Old Homosassa near the river. That was about 7 a.m., and the water was still at the stage that it was last night when I spoke to you.
Which is how high would you say that is?
It was just at the boat ramp, yes. And up to the tops of the docks. However, I then picked up a friend a little while later, and at about 11 o'clock in the morning, we went back down to the river, and I could not get anywhere near that area. There was 3 feet of water. I have a Jeep Wrangler lifted, and there was 3 feet of water in the roads to where I couldn't get within an eighth of a mile of where I was earlier.
You and I were speaking before the interview started about the fact that some of the hotels are going to be out of business for a little while, getting water out of their rooms, aren't they?
Well, I would imagine so, because there's 2 hotels down there. McRae's has a hotel there, and also Florida Cracker Monkey Bar, Florida Cracker Resort has a hotel there. And like I said, from what I could see, there was about 3 feet of water in those parking lots. So the hotels that are the rooms that are on the ground floor, I would imagine, were flooded. Oh. I can't speak from knowledge of having seen it firsthand, because I couldn't get that close.
Yes.
But I could see across the parking lot. And like I said, there was 3 feet of water down around there.
I would imagine this community is about to come together, and, because fishing and tourism, this is all what makes this community happen. All the people get paid to do that, don't they? I mean, it's your livelihoods.
Myself included. Yeah, I'm a captain, and I do take people scalloping, and so we're going to have a heck of a time with stuff like that. I do live about 1.5 miles from McRae's if you were to take the roads, but as the crow flies, I'm only about an eighth of a mile from the river. Mm-hmm. The water right now on my street is over the street, and my house is surrounded by water. My house is built up about 8 feet on top of a mound, so we're safe here. But there's airboats ripping around on my road.
Oh my gosh, Tiki, my gracious. Yeah. We are with Tiki D'Esposito in Homosassa Springs, Florida, the place where I believe you probably got what they call the nasty end of the storm, did you not?
We got the dirty side, but let me tell you, I know I have friends in Crystal River and Cedar Key, Ozello area, and they got the worst of it. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Peck's Old Port Cove restaurant, but they had water up to, I want to say, within 2 feet of the roof of that building.
Wow.
Tiki? Yeah, I could see. I have a friend that took some pictures from his yard, and you could see Peck's in the distance, and the water was up. I had been sitting there last weekend having lunch, and if I was to be sitting on that same stool I was, my head would barely be out of water. Let's put it that way.
The things that changed in just a little while, this coast has had a storm that I can ever remember. No one can remember a storm ever hitting in this direction. How do you think the community is going to respond, Tiki?
Well, they're already coming together. There's a lot of people in this community, that captains like myself, that are out there rescuing people right now as we speak. I'm in the comfort of my home. I can't even get out of my yard anyway. But there are captains out there that are out there helping out, rescuing people. There's guys out there moving trees that are down with chainsaws. I know lots and lots of people, and I wish I could name them all right now, but it would take me half an hour to name those people that I know of that are out there right now helping the community.
Wow. And more help, I'm sure, is on the way. We have a number of people that have been calling the station, especially the folks like Dale Clemens from, the Triton app. They're bringing an entire app in for recovery purposes, an application for everybody to be able to coordinate donations and things that are going to be needed to bring things back to normal as quickly as possible so we can get back to partying with a purpose.
We have the National Guard on the ground here, by the way, and in the water. There are some of the yearbooks that are ripping around as the National Guard right now. They're out there, rescuing people that stayed and then now decided, oh my gosh, I'd like to go home.
You told them to bug out last night. Everybody should have listened to Tiki.
Did.
You did. Tiki,
I did.
You've been through a bunch of them down in the Keys, and now you're up in Homosassa Springs in that beautiful country.
I think I got a hurricane magnet in my shorts, Harry.
Yeah, I think you do too. Other than the fact, I hope you've got whatever it is in your shorts, you can attract fish, scallops, or whatever that you do in your charter business. Now, wait a minute. That didn't sound right, did it?
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Scallops. That's a change from the Keys scallops. We'll talk about that later, but can we do an update again at some point in time, Tiki? You've been so nice to take your time. I know how busy you must be.
When you're ready, and we'll do that.
Very good. Radio A1A listeners, and to all of you out there, we're probably going to put this on Cruising Country Radio as well. And to everyone listening, I hope you have the ability to have your smartphones connected to the internet, and you can get Radio A1A, and we'll give you updates like this great one from Tiki D'Esposito, all the way down in Homosassa Springs, Florida. And hopefully, if we bring everything together, you'll get to see her in person at the Pit Stop Kickoff right there on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of October.
I'll be there.
You will be there. Tiki,
I will be there.
Thanks again, and safe travels out there. I guess you're doing it. You're paddling. You're traveling by paddle. How are you?
I'm safe. I can get anywhere I need to go.
Okay.
But I don't advise that because there are rescue personnel out there, first responders, National Guard. They're all out there trying to help people as much as they can. And so us being out there ripping around in the water is not safe for us, and it's certainly not safe if we put them in harm's way as well.
Thanks for that message, and best to Ted. And you keep those fine dinners going out there, and best to the pets and everybody in Homosassa Springs.
Yes, sir.